What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Now, this episode of today's show is going to be know what type of woman you got. My father used to always preach that to me as a young man when I was up and coming and I was in the dating world. He used to tell me, you got to know what type of woman you got, right? You have to vet that woman properly before you start taking her serious. Before you start saying that she's my woman, you got to know how she conducts herself when she's not with you, and if she's prone to conducting herself what's the word I'm looking for? Unruly fashion when she's not with you. Why am I saying this? Joe Smith, y'all remember Joe Smith, former NBA vet. I remember he played for the Chicago Bulls around 2008. Around that time, he had that nice mid-range jumper. He was the number one pick in either the 95 or 96 draft. I can't remember which one. I didn't even look it up, but hey, you get the picture. Joe Smith finds out that his wife, she has an OnlyFans account. He didn't know. He's enraged. He's pissed off because, hey, my wife is making some sexually explicit content and I had no idea about it. She's raking in money, but also men are able to lust for my woman and see her in certain positions or whatever, or see her, any type of, I guess, they can see her and have sexual desires for my wife because she has his OnlyFans. Now, I didn't investigate what she's doing on this OnlyFans account. Some people have OnlyFans where they just showing off their feet. Some women have OnlyFans when they doing sexual acts with other men. Some people have OnlyFans where they're doing sexual acts on themselves, like masturbating, etc. I don't know. But Joe Smith is obviously pissed off. And then you hear her saying, you know what type of woman, you knew who I was when you got with me. That is what she says to Joe Smith. You knew who I was when you got with me, right? Now, I don't know if this is just a skit or this is just a money grab or this is just marketing for Joe and his wife. I don't know. I'm hoping that it is. But in the case that it's not, this is absolutely crazy. Okay? Because I'm hearing that Joe Smith's wife, she was either a stripper or a porn star or something like that before she got with Joe. And that's why I'm looking like, oh, this brother crazy. He out his mind. See what happens to a lot of men. And this is what I believe is happening to Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's son with Larsa Pippen. Men will marry the first woman and freak them real good. I'm talking about men hold sex in so much high regard that any woman that freaked them good, they'll put a ring on it. Boy, she make his toes curl. I mean, she giving him, I guess, the best fellatio in the world or whatever. She's doing all type of little nasty tricks to him. He will run and put a ring on it, run to goddamn K Jewelers. I don't know, what's the other ring place? Every kiss begins with K. They go to K Jewelers, get their ring quick, fast, in a hurry. They don't know much about that woman's past. They don't know about her tendencies. They don't know if she's the type of woman that will even embarrass them when they're not around. They don't give a damn. All they're thinking about is sex, 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 sex. The sex is good. I have to be with this woman for the rest of my life. And that's where you go wrong. See, men hold sex in too much high regard. You got to see what that woman see. Yes, I love sex just as much as the next man does. But sex ain't the top of my list for what type of woman I want. Okay? You got to, like, for real, you got to vet this woman. Is this woman a wife or is she a concubine? And I hate to say this, but it's starting to look like Joe Smith woman might be of the concubine ilk. I don't know this woman. Again, and this is not a woman bashing channel. This is not a woman hating channel. I see this woman get, after that whole incident, Cameron brings her on the It Is What It Is podcast that he got with Mace and Stat Baby. Shout out to the whole crew. Now, when he's talking to Joe Smith's woman, he said, I heard you got the rub down. There's some type of rub down thing that she does. Some type of masseuse rub down type of stuff that she does. And he asks her, do you do the rub downs yourself? And she say, yeah, I could. He said, I want you to do the rub down on me. Right? Then he told her, your cleavage is popping, ma. Your cleavage is popping. I'm loving that, ma. I'm loving that cleavage. I love that cleavage. I love that, ma. Like, he's lusting for her all on camera, making all type of sexual comments about her, all type of stuff. And see, when your woman got her OnlyFans, it opens up a lane for men to be disrespectful to her, right? Now, some of y'all may say, hey, that's, that's victim shaming or whatever. But she didn't check Cameron from what I saw when he was talking to her like that, knowing that she's married. Cameron talking to a married woman like she's a hoe. Because there is a perception that if a woman has an OnlyFans account, she is a hoe. She's a woman who's out here and just engaging in all type of I don't know, all type of sexual stuff outside of her marriage. Like, she's an immoral woman. People feel like if you have a OnlyFans, you are a immoral type of woman. And because they had that whole incident publicly, and she's coming on their show, and she's saying that she, basically he knew what he had when he got with me, and she talking like that, which is disrespectful to Joe on a public forum and is recording it. Cameron won't say, well, why not? Why shouldn't I be disrespectful? Right? She's saying that she could rub me down, and she's engaging on here. She's, and he's being very, very disrespectful to a woman who's married. And from what I saw, I didn't see the whole video, so y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. She didn't check him, and that ain't cool right there. That let me know that woman about the wrong shit. Okay, because she should have been like, hey, no, man, I'm still with my husband. We going through a rough patch, but I can't be rubbing down on another man, whatever. I can't be doing that. I can't do that, Cam. I'm going to come on here and talk to y'all about what happened. First of all, a woman that's real, she wouldn't have been on that goddamn show anyway, because she know it's about drama. It's about all the wrong shit. So unless they marketing together and they're in on this together to get her some publicity, it look crazy. And if Joe is in on this trying to make Joe Smith, if he's in this to try to get some publicity and get back popping, that's clowned out too, in my opinion, right? But yeah, man, like, she telling Joe, you knew who I was when you got with me. So if this is a real situation, and if she was really a porn star or a stripper, yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And see, that's why for me as a man, I'm sorry, people gonna take this, people gonna get mad. I can never marry no woman that's a sex worker. I can't take no woman serious who's been a sex worker. That's just me. Because a lot of times, some of them have a tendency to revert back to old ways. Okay? Some of them do. Some of them can stay clean and stay away from that and be all good. Me personally, I still don't want to be with a woman. I personally, because I'm a little old head in my thoughts when it comes to certain things, because I was raised by an old head. I was raised by a man who is of the patriarchy and who stands firmly in it. That's who my father is, right? I can't be with a woman who has shown her body, and every woman, I can't be with a woman who, a lot of men have seen my woman naked. A lot of men have seen my woman in these uncompromising type of positions and all that, and she's done all this type of stuff. I couldn't do that, me personally. I could never do that. And yeah, man, it just, yeah. I couldn't, because these men have seen your woman in all type of crazy situations. They maybe been able to indulge in certain things with your woman when she was a sex worker. And all these different dudes, then knowing they've seen her and have the luxury to see what I get to see in private time. All these different dudes, that don't sit well with me. But yeah, to me, I don't think Joe probably vetted that woman correctly. He probably thought she had good conversation and she was real sexual. She freaked him real good. Let me go put a ring on it. Not trying to see, is this woman a woman who is going to be a good wife to me? Because it ain't the fact that she had an OnlyFans either. It's Joe. She never even told Joe about it. How you got something sexual like that and your husband don't know about that? You got some type of secret content that you can make where people got to subscribe and make subscriptions and your husband don't know. That's crazy to me. But it just shows me, honestly, that she didn't consider him in none of that. She didn't consider him in it. That showed me she ain't really got that much respect for Joe. Especially when you're going on camera on them podcasts and this man talking about your cleavage and getting a rub down from you and all of that, and you married, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. From what I hear, Harlem Negroes are disrespectful like that in general. So you got to whoop their ass to get them to get off that bullshit. Yeah, that's what I heard about Harlem dudes. Some of them like Chicago dudes. You got to whoop their ass a little bit. Bust them in their head one or two times, and then they get what type of time you on. But Joe shouldn't even have to be in position to have to try to bust camera on him head, because his woman shouldn't have ran up on It Is What It Is podcast to talk about what's going on and all that, which makes it look like it could be a publicity stunt for her and Joe to get their name back popping or get some money or whatever, or they making their own content, who knows, right? But if this is a real situation, like I said, man, you got to know your woman. You got to know this woman, man. And same thing with Marcus Jordan. He don't know Larsa like that, I don't think. He just that older woman putting that vintage vagina on him. Excuse my language. And he is smitten. He is head over heels. He like, oh my God, I need to find a ring and marry this woman immediately. I need to be with her for the rest of my life. Instead of looking at her tendencies and things that she's done to embarrass her children, to embarrass her previous husband, right? To even embarrass you, to keep on talking about how much she was having sex every single day. She talking about her and Scotty was getting it in every day while she with you on TV. I don't know. Maybe you cool with that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little sensitive. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it's just, you got to take time to know a woman and know who she is and things that she wouldn't do. Like, and again, we all make mistakes. We don't always get it right on the first time we with a woman. We don't always have the best discernment as men. I can attest to that we don't always do. But I can say as I've gotten up in age, when I got older, as I started growing up, you start having better discernment and you start seeing and you observe a woman and you can tell her tendencies for the most part, and you can tell, hey, I don't know if this woman is really trustworthy. I don't know if this woman is really, this woman is sneaky. A lot of men can tell sneaky women just by the things that they do, how they say stuff, certain things they do on social media, certain ways they move when they in public. Yeah, you can just tell, and Joe, I don't think he did his research, word to Lil Reese. I don't think he did his research on that woman properly. He just saw an ultra freak, and a lot of men, especially men in general, but men of high value when it comes to like money. Men who have a lot of money, they value freaks. They don't care about, they throw a woman's sexual tendencies, they throw a woman's perversions, they throw all of that to the side. They don't care. They excuse all of that. They don't care about she could have been outside like Pretty Woman, being a hooker on the street. They don't care. If she fine and she nasty, they gonna give her that ring. They don't care. They gonna do all of that. They gonna marry her because they value sex so highly. Men in general do. But men with money, oh my God, they're looking for the biggest freak in the world and they think they gonna be happy. But what it turns out is that woman is unruly, she's uncouth, and now you out here embarrassed like Joe Smith is now. Peace.